Mike from Law Technology here, and this is it, the MacBook Air with an M1 processor. This is Apple's latest and greatest, and with the majority of students who look at Apple laptops for school, it's what they'll be purchasing today if they need a new laptop. The question is, how does it compare to the Intel MacBooks of the past? Will it meet your needs? I've spent a couple of weeks with the MacBook Air, and I gotta say I'm really impressed. First, some specs. This is a 13-inch MacBook Air with an M1 chip, 8GB of RAM, and a 512 SSD. Now, with the SSD bump to 512, you do get an additional GPU core from 7 to 8. I gather you'll get similar video performance between 7 and 8 cores, but my focus here was on this laptop as your daily driver. So let's start with your typical apps. Now, being that this is Apple's venture into making their own processor, this means that there are a limited number of native applications for it. Not to fret though, because under the hood it pretty much runs everything you throw at it. Without getting too technical, Apple has implemented something called Rosetta 2 that can handle all your old Mac apps of the past. Think of it this way, the M1 and your old Mac apps speak different languages, and Rosetta acts as an interpreter between the two. It's pretty amazing, really. I rarely found issues running any of my usual applications, even if they weren't optimized for the M1. This includes things like Microsoft Office, Adobe Creative Cloud, and other tools like Zoom or Panopto. So, if you're a student or professor, you won't have any problems running your productivity apps. As a bonus, this laptop can handle video editing very well, like surprisingly well. And this laptop is fast, super fast. From sleep to wake, it's instant. I have a fully loaded 16-inch MacBook Pro, and this laptop wakes up much faster than that fully spec'd out Mac, which is around $4,000. Battery life is great. I've probably charged it once or twice a week, sometimes really out of habit. I've used it as my own daily driver and have yet to dip under 50%, and that's using it for an entire day, answering emails, monitoring calls, and having Zoom meetings. There are a lot of positives when it comes to this laptop, but I do need to highlight some things to keep in mind. While I did test the majority of apps that I use and we use here at the law school, I have to say that your mileage will vary if you're using any apps. Rosetta is great, but you may still run into occasional hiccups. I'll give you an example. I'll use Ableton as one of my tools for making music for video content, and even though it does run, I run into slight issues sometimes. It's not native for M1, but it's being translated with Rosetta. In addition, for some applications, it might be a while until we see native compatibility, but most developers are moving fast to make their apps compatible. Really, you want to purchase the laptop you want out of the gate. It's non-upgradable. At this point, if you're in the Apple ecosystem, you're already familiar with this, so get that RAM and more importantly, get the storage bump you want your machine to have. Overall though, this is a great laptop, and if you're looking at a new laptop purchase coming into the start of the January 2021 semester, I highly recommend it. The value at $899, which is the EDU price, is great. Thanks for watching, and if you like what we're doing, please like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.